Inform, investigate, inspire. This is News 3 This Morning.
And right now at 7 o'clock, we continue our special coverage this morning by marking an important milestone for our community.
The Chesapeake Walmart, where a store manager shot and killed 6 employees, will reopen later today.
And I am live here at the Walmart in the Greenbrier community of Chesapeake, where in just about 3 hours, those doors will reopen to customers for the first time in 5 months since the mass shooting that took the lives of 6 members of our community. We know at 9 a.m. there will be a ceremony where they will unveil a memorial that you can see from the parking lot here at the Walmart in Greenbrier. That memorial will be unveiled in detail so we can see how Walmart is honoring the lives lost of their associates who were killed just coming to work 2 nights before Thanksgiving last November. And this morning, as we talk about moving forward, what is happening here with the Walmart reopening to customers, we have to take a moment. We have to take a moment and honor the lives that were lost here. And this morning, we want to show you their faces again and say their names as we honor their memories. Brian Pendleton, Kelly Pyle, Lorenzo Gamble, Randy Blevins, Tynika Johnson, and Fernando Jesus Chavez Barone. We know a day like today is going to be filled with mixed emotions, especially for the family members of the 6 people we lost here at the Walmart in Greenbrier. This is going to be a day that's triggering also for the store associates who were here that night who survived, and for people in the community who frequent the Walmart, and for people who are coming back to work. You can probably see people behind me who are walking in. We've seen store associates pouring into the store, getting ready to reopen its doors to the community at 10 a.m. So this is no doubt an emotional day for many different members of our community. So I spoke with a psychologist who specializes in PTSD about how we can all navigate a day like today. We'll never forget the tragedy that unfolded at the Greenbrier Walmart in Chesapeake. The crime scene tape, the terrifying accounts from survivors.
He had the gun pointed at me, and then he pointed up at the ceiling, and he told me, "Jesse, go home."
An unimaginable horror unfolding in a public place where we should feel safe, and that has old customers uncertain about coming back.
Would I go back? I don't know.
That anxiety, that heart racing, that shaking a little bit, that second guessing, should I even go to Walmart? Like, those responses are definitely normal.
Hampton Roads psychologist Dr. Christy Norwood specializes in PTSD. She tells me the increases we're seeing in mass shootings, like the Walmart in November, the UVA shootings a few weeks earlier, and the Virginia Beach Municipal Center shooting in 2019 can spark fear of public places.
Is it normal for us to have that response that maybe we're afraid to go to a Walmart or an entertainment venue or a football game?
Yeah, absolutely. It is definitely normal to have that reaction. Anytime we have a stressful experience, let alone a traumatic event, or even if we're just constantly hearing about those experiences that were lived by other people, it can impact us. The challenge is when we stay there, right? Where we say, I'm no longer going to any grocery store ever again. I'm no longer going to any movie theater, right? It's never safe for me to be around any other human being because something traumatic may happen.
Dr. Norwood says it's okay to set boundaries, but we should get help before it becomes an obsession.
I may avoid places or reminders of the trauma, and so essentially it shrinks my life. Over time, it can kind of feel like you're in a prison because you're limited to certain spaces.
Dr. Norwood says therapy can help you see the entire picture when pain is taking center stage.
But if we kind of open it up to the entire world, the number of people that go to the grocery store every day don't experience that level of trauma. You can ultimately get your life back. You can eventually start to actually live a life where you may still feel some of those symptoms, but at least you're not limited by the event or the events that have happened.
And Blaine, it's important to note this. If you do need a therapist, someone to talk to, your primary care physician can refer someone. You can also, there's a database on psychologytoday.com that you can put in information and find a therapist near you. And Blaine, as we talk about the weight of the emotions, the mixed emotions we're going to feel today, it's still hard to believe it's been 5 months nearly to the day since the mass shooting here.
Yeah, there were so many developments in the days, the weeks, and months since that shooting. We wanted to take a look back at where we are today and how far we have come.
Just 2 days before families were set to celebrate Thanksgiving, late on the night of November 22nd, the first calls for help began to flood 911. A mass shooting at the Walmart off of Battlefield Boulevard. Early the next morning, we learned how dark the night before really was.
I am devastated by the senseless act of violence that took place last night in our city.
6 people, all store employees, killed. Several others injured. The shooter, who police identified as a store manager, also dead. November 24th, Thanksgiving. Mourners built a memorial for the victims in the store's parking lot. 6 white crosses, all in a row. The next day, police would reveal clues about their investigation, releasing what they call a death note left on the shooter's phone. Police also said Andre Bing legally bought the 9mm handgun used in the shooting just hours before he opened fire. November 28th, a citywide memorial service to honor the victims. Hundreds held candles, prayed, wept, just trying to make sense of it all. As the emotional healing began, the next day the first legal action came. A $50 million lawsuit filed against Walmart on behalf of Donna Prielu. She says she complained about the shooter's behavior in the months before the incident, but management did not take action. December 5th, Centera Norfolk General reports the last 2 shooting victims being treated there had been released from the hospital. The next day, the next $50 million lawsuit filed on behalf of employee James Kelly, who, according to the suit, witnessed several of his co-workers being brutally murdered. Almost 1 month after the shooting, a third lawsuit.
I don't think that I will ever get those visions out of my head.
Employee Brianna Tyler says she found bullet holes in the jacket she wore that night. Later that month, Walmart argued the lawsuits should be dismissed, saying this was a workers' compensation issue. January 16th, a new year, and the new General Assembly in Richmond. A 3-day waiting period to buy guns is proposed. That bill would be voted down before the end of that month. No action taken. January 30th, more legal action. The estate of shooting victim Randy Blevins files a multi-million-dollar wrongful death lawsuit against Walmart and the estate of the shooter. Walmart would start hiring new staff for the Greenbrier store in February and announced today's reopening date earlier this month.
So many steps to get us to where we are today, but it is important to remember, as Jessica, you and our team have been pointing out in our coverage all morning, there are still a lot of raw emotions and maybe ones that we have not dealt with in a while because for a lot of folks it's not been top of mind, but seeing this on the news, perhaps being in the community in Chesapeake, as you mentioned, can certainly be triggering for a lot of people today.
And however you feel, as we talked about earlier, however you feel is okay. Everyone is going to have different emotions as those doors reopen and it is back to business here at the Walmart here in Greenbrier. You know, we talk about the memorial that's going to be unveiled. We talked about the emotions, but we also have to talk about that pending litigation against Walmart that we have seen filed from people who survived the mass shooting that night and some from the family of one of the people who was killed here. So in our continuing coverage here on News 3 this morning, I want to welcome News 3 anchor Anthony Sabella, who's going to do a deep dive into the lawsuits, the pending litigation, and what Walmart's response to those lawsuits have been. That is in continuing coverage here on News 3 this morning. Blaine and Aaron.
Jessica, and that's just the beginning on top of everything that you've already touched on this morning, and Anthony will get to. We know that Walmart remodeled the store after the mass shooting. We have a look at some of the work that we could see from outside of the store. This is video that our news crews took earlier this month. And then in just a little bit at 10 o'clock this morning, we are going to share images from the inside of the newly remodeled store of the Walmart there on WTKR.com. Also be sure to join News 3 anchor Pari Cruz on News 3 at noon for an inside tour of that Chesapeake Walmart.
Our coverage continues in just a bit. First, a check of traffic and weather. We'll start with meteorologist Miles Henderson and look at what for some of us is a little bit of a chilly start.
Yeah, most of us are in the 50s this morning. We do have a few spots in the 40s like Chesapeake and Suffolk. We're at 53 in Hampton, Norfolk, and Virginia Beach. Big picture, you see some 40s inland, especially out towards Emporia, Franklin, and Wakefield. In almost to 60 there, 59 degrees for Nags Head and Manio. So a little bit of a range this morning, depending on where your morning drive takes you. This afternoon, most of us will climb to the 70s. I'm expecting some cooler air right on the water. And as you go inland, we could get closer to 80 for some spots closer to I-95. So a big range of temperatures for this afternoon, too. Expect lots of sunshine, nice sunrise this morning, mostly sunny all day, but not as windy as yesterday. Those winds are backing down this morning, mainly an east wind at around 5 to 10 for today. So just look at your day planner. From near 50 this morning to the mid 70s this afternoon, sunny skies and lighter winds. I am tracking some showers and storms as we get closer to the weekend. We'll take a look at that weekend timeline coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, good morning. It's 7:10. We do have a crash that's now been moved over to the shoulder in Hampton, 64 eastbound before King Street, or right up around King Street. I could say all of the vehicles over there on the shoulder had been blocking 2 lanes for a while. But because of a disabled VDOT maintenance truck, we are very backed up eastbound heading to the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. This is our camera that's before 664. So it's an incredible delay trying to go to the south side using the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. Use the Monitor to Merrimack instead, because this is what we're looking like here. This is 664 southbound around Roanoke Avenue. You'll have a little bit of a delay, really slows around 39th, but it's much better than sitting in that terrific delay at the HRBT. We also had a brief westbound stoppage at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, so you'll find minor delay on the bridge itself, and the JRB is in good shape. A couple of things to mention on the south side. We have delays heading to the downtown tunnel, 264 eastbound from Des Moines, and on 164 eastbound, we're slow between College Drive and the terminal area. Also, we have heavy traffic heading to the high-rise bridge, mostly between Military and George Washington. It is 7:11, and we'll be right back after a short break for News 3 this morning.
You are waking up to a special edition of News 3 this morning. I'm Jessica Larche here live in the Greenbrier community of Chesapeake at the Walmart, where it has been 5 months since the mass shooting here that took the lives of 6 members of our community. In just a few hours, the doors will reopen at 10 a.m. to customers for the first time since the mass shooting. And in less than 2 hours at 9 a.m., there will be a ceremony unveiling a memorial here that's right in front of the Walmart to honor the lives lost. I want to bring in meteorologist Miles Henderson right now because, Miles, we know this is going to be an emotional day filled with mixed emotions, but at least the sun will be up and cooperate with us today.
Yeah, from a weather standpoint, we are good to go for today. Obviously seeing the sunshine first thing this morning, and temperatures will be pretty comfortable, but with a big warm up later this week. We're going to head to the 80s to end the work week, tracking some showers later Saturday to early Sunday, and then cool again early next week. We'll see those high temperatures in the 60s to start off next week. So let's look at our temperature trend. Back to the mid 70s today, just a little bit above normal for this time of year. Way above normal into the mid and upper 80s, flirting with 90 degrees Thursday and Friday. This weekend, a cool down as a cold front moves through. We'll drop to near 80 on Saturday, near 70 on Sunday, into the 60s early next week. Satellite radar picture looks good. Again, nice clean sweep this morning. Lots of sunshine to kick off today. We'll see sunshine all day long. Winds are relaxing, so it'll be a nice change from yesterday. This evening and tonight, we're still clear. For Thursday, a few extra clouds will trickle in, but still a nice day for us. Just a couple bonus clouds compared to the past few days. The winds will still be relatively light and generally from the south to southwest for tomorrow. Let's fast forward to that rain chance this weekend. Here's the big picture, and you can see a line that moves in with a cold front late Saturday. That's 8 o'clock Saturday night. You see those showers and storms building in. They'll slide through Saturday night to early Sunday morning, and then we'll start to clear out again. So yes, there's a rain chance for this weekend, but it's not going to be a washout for us. Here's a look at the timeline. Let's start with Saturday. Most of the day, not much to worry about. We're good to go there. But you see a jump to that 70% chance Saturday night. So after sunset, those rain chances really start to kick up for us, maybe even a thunderstorm in the mix. Some leftovers Sunday morning, that 6 a.m., that 60% chance, down to just a 20% chance by noon. So most of that rain clears out pretty early, and we even see the sunshine breaking through again by Sunday afternoon. As far as rainfall numbers, most of us will see about a ½ inch of rainfall between Saturday night and Sunday morning. Not huge numbers, but it's still good news. We do need the rain out there, so this is a little bit of kind of hidden good news for us. So we're headed to the 70s again today. Not as windy, lots of sunshine. 80s for Thursday and Friday. A chance for showers and storms Saturday night to Sunday, and then sunny but much cooler to start next week.
Miles, thank you. At 7:17 now, we turn our attention to what's new this morning, and it's a problem that's impacting many of our rural communities. There are less than 10 physicians per every 10,000 people.
But now a new healthcare option is coming to people who need it most, and our Penny Commit is on top of that. Penny's live in Franklin this morning, where I know you've been covering this story for quite some time, Penny.
Yeah, that's right. I've been covering this story for months now, and the day has finally come. The mobile healthcare clinic is finally making its way, having its grand opening here in Franklin and helping out our rural communities. We're here at SP Morton Elementary School, where they're going to focus on some pediatric care today. And I'm lucky enough to be joined by Dr.
All right, so not you. It's not you. It's us. A little bit of a technical issue with the audio from Penny's reports. We're going to work on trying to take care of that, and we'll get back to you, Penny, as soon as we can. It's 7:18 on News 3 this morning.
Well, months after flight issues wreaked havoc for travelers all across the United States, the Federal Aviation Administration paused numerous departing Southwest flights on Tuesday per the airline's request over what it called equipment issues. Take a listen.
I was a little surprised, but I thought they had the problem fixed. So it's here we go again.
Travelers' reactions. Here we go again. They said Southwest said that there were data connection issues resulting from a firewall failure. The flight tracking website FlightAware said by midday, more than 1,500 of the airline's flights, which is about 36% of the schedule, were all delayed.
Now it's 7:22. I want to get an update on what's happening with the morning drive. It's been rough since we started, Jen Lewis.
Tunnel eastbound. Hello, hello. Are we on? We good? Okay. 64 eastbound at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. We are very heavy eastbound. The reason is we've got a disabled maintenance vehicle from the Virginia Department of Transportation, and it's been blocking one lane all morning since about 5:30 this morning. And because of it, this is our backup. Traffic is backed up beyond 664. So if you're leaving the house, you need to get to the south side, I would definitely head to the Monitor to Merrimack Bridge Tunnel. You will encounter some slowdown, but nothing like this. Traffic is backed up just around Roanoke Avenue, and we look good using the James River Bridge. Getting to the peninsula, we're okay at all three. Minor delays, though, on the bridge westbound. But going to the south side, really, the HRBT currently a no-go. Now, as far as the downtown and midtown tunnels go, we do have some delay on 164 right here, really between College and Town Point. And if you're heading to the downtown tunnel, 264 eastbound drivers are slowing at Des Moines. And then also 664 southbound is heavy from right around Portsmouth Boulevard. And you'll encounter delay westbound getting to the high-rise bridge, mostly between Military Highway and George Washington Highway. And this happens to be Work Zone Awareness Week. So a few reminders. First, slow down and pay attention in those work zones. Move over carefully and stay alert. Also avoid distractions. Those are a big issue. Things like being on our phones, messing with the radio, and eating in the car. And this morning, News 3 is celebrating National Work Zone Awareness Week. And VDOT is encouraging you to do your part to help keep the roads safe. The campaign emphasizes that everyone shares the responsibility for safe work zones. And a memorial along I-64, a little bit closer to Charlottesville, bears the names of the 134 state highway transportation workers who died while performing their jobs. To show your support, VDOT is asking that you wear orange today. There will also be a vigil today, followed by a statewide moment of silence on Friday morning at 10 a.m.
And I'm Jessica Larche here live in the Greenbrier community of Chesapeake at the Walmart on Battlefield Boulevard that is set to reopen in just under 3 hours for the first time in 5 months since the mass shooting that took the lives of 6 members of our community. We have team coverage this morning of this important moment in our community. After 7:30 here on News 3, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the lawsuits that Walmart is still facing, put up by people who survived the mass shooting that night. And we're also taking a moment to pause and honor the victims who lost their lives nearly 5 months ago to the day. News 3 This Morning continues after this.
Good morning. It is 7:27. You're waking up with News 3 This Morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Erin Miller.
I'm Blaine Stewart. Top stories in just a minute, but let's get a weather and traffic update right now. I want to start with Jen Lewis and first warning traffic. Ever since we came on at 5 this morning, Jen, we've had trouble at the HRBT.
Yes, and the reason is because of a VDOT maintenance vehicle that's been disabled really since 5:30 this morning. We're expecting about 2 hours for it to clear. It's still not clear, so we only have one lane open at the HRBT for those trying to get eastbound. And we are backed up beyond 664. So if you're leaving the house and you need to get to the south side, I would not head to the HRBT. The Minor to Merrimack does look better. We have some delay there from folks jumping over to the Minor to Merrimack, but it's about to Roanoke Avenue, so certainly not as bad as the HRBT. And right now we're looking good at the James River Bridge. No problems there. And if you need to get to the peninsula, we do have some delay westbound, and that's from just right up around 13th View. It's 7:28. Now here's Miles with your forecast.
Thank you, Jen. This morning, a nice sunny start. Temperatures in the 50s, 51 Peninsula, 53 Southside, and 55 in North Carolina. We'll head back to the 70s today, but not as windy as yesterday, so it may feel just a little bit warmer due to that wind backing down, and still lots of sunshine. Even warmer to end the week, into the 80s, mid to upper 80s Thursday and Friday. I am tracking a chance for showers and storms Saturday night to early Sunday morning, and then look at the cool down for next week. Highs in the 60s Monday and Tuesday.
Now for a look at our top stories. People in Virginia Beach can soon weigh in on the budget proposed by the city, including the opportunity to lower real estate taxes. If you want to go, City Council is holding a public hearing tonight at 6 o'clock. It's going to be happening at the Virginia Beach Convention Center.
The Newport News Police Department's giving away free gun locks to help with proper gun safety and storage. You can head to the police headquarters on Jefferson Avenue. That is from 9 until noon on weekdays. We know that this initiative is set to run through June 1st or while supplies last.
News 3 This Morning continues for another 90 minutes after 7:30. You can find us over the air on cable or satellite until 9, as your screen says. Also live on your phone, computer, or smart TV with the News 3 streaming apps.
Inform, investigate, inspire. This is News 3 This Morning.
Right now at 7:30, we continue our live team coverage of the reopening of the Chesapeake Walmart.
It has been closed nearly 5 months now since a store manager opened fire on his employees, killing 6 of them.
And Blaine and Aaron, we are just under 2 hours away from a ceremony that will start here at the Greenbrier Walmart off Battlefield Boulevard to unveil a memorial to honor the 6 lives we lost nearly 5 months ago to the day. We just heard over the loudspeakers as we see a lot of employees coming back into the store as they are walking in to get their day started, that they are going to be having a meeting to start the day. No doubt one that will be filled with several emotions as this Walmart reopens to customers. As we have said, it is nearly 5 months ago to the day that a store manager here walked into the break room and opened fire on his employees, killing 6 people, 6 lives lost just 2 nights before Thanksgiving. People just coming to work to make a living, and they never made it home. So this morning, before we look ahead at what's happening today, we have to stop and remember the lives we lost 5 months ago.
70-year-old Randy Blevins worked at the Walmart on Sam's Circle for 29 years. He was an overnight stock associate. Company says he never missed a day of work. He leaves behind 3 stepdaughters. Fernando Jesus Chavez Barron was a 16-year-old 11th grade honors student who worked at the Walmart to help his family. 43-year-old Lorenzo Gamble was a 15-year custodian whose greatest joys were football and spending time with his 2 sons. 22-year-old Tynika Johnson was an overnight associate who loved music, dancing, and dreamed of attending college soon. 38-year-old Brian Pendleton was a custodian for 10 years who always arrived early to his shifts and loved to joke with his fellow associates. And 52-year-old Kelly Pyle was an overnight team associate. She leaves behind 2 children, a granddaughter, and a fiancé.
We know the memories of the 6 lives we lost will definitely be a heavy presence here today. And I want to bring in my colleague, News 3 anchor Anthony Sabella, who's also joining me live here today, because as we talk about the moving forward, we have to talk about things that are unsettled, and that includes several lawsuits Walmart is facing because of this mass shooting, Anthony.
Yeah, that's right, Jessica. In fact, the first lawsuit we know was filed on behalf of 27-year-old Danya Prelo, who says that she was in the room when the shooting happened. She says she barely got away with bullets just flying by the left side of her face and body. And at the same time, she saw several of her coworkers shot and killed. Really just unimaginable. The lawsuit says a pattern of issues Prelo says was relayed to other managers and Walmart, but they were not acted upon. A second lawsuit stated James Kelly complained to Walmart that the shooter had harassed and badgered him. And in a third suit, Brianna Marie Tyler reiterates Danya Prelo's claims, saying Walmart was negligent and the company knew about issues and complaints made about the shooter.
I looked up and my manager turned around and he just opened fire on everybody in the break room. And it is by the grace of God that a bullet missed me.
We also know that earlier this year, the estate of one of the 6 killed inside the store, Randall Blevins, filed a wrongful death suit against Walmart. That suit was withdrawn, but there is an option to refile here. Now, following the lawsuits that were the first lawsuits that were filed, Walmart did respond. They said the proper way for people to be compensated would have been through workers' compensation and not through damages in a lawsuit. The company did request that the lawsuits be dismissed, though a judge has not acted on that request just yet. Of course, something we will continue to follow as we get closer and closer to that reopening set for later this morning. We're live here in Chesapeake. I'm Anthony Sabella. Jessica?
You know, Anthony, as you mentioned, we are seeing how Walmart is handling everything in the wake of the mass shooting. And one of the things that they have done is they've remodeled the inside of the store. Right now, you're taking a look at video from earlier this month of just equipment and crews that were getting ready to bring materials inside to remodel what the store looks like. So we've got to tell you this, at 10 a.m. on WTKR.com, you will see images of what the store looks like inside. We compiled those images this week, and you will see those images inside the store first at WTKR.com. And then on News 3 at noon, our Pari Cruz, my colleague and anchor Pari Cruz, is giving us a step-by-step tour inside of the Greenbrier Walmart here so we can see what it looks like as customers and associates return here to the store. We know in just about 90 minutes at 9 a.m. we are going to get a look at the memorial that is sitting in front of the store, a detailed look at the memorial to honor the lives lost here. And you may hear some background noise, some mic checks. That's because they're getting ready for that ceremony that is set to start at 9 a.m. with customers welcome back in the store at 10 a.m., guys.
For us this morning. Now here's meteorologist Miles Henderson.
It's starting off this morning with lots of sunshine and temperatures mostly in the 50s. We're up to 53 Virginia Beach and Norfolk. On the peninsula, we're at 53 for Hampton and for Williamsburg, and in northeastern North Carolina in the 50s, but sneaking back to near 60 degrees for Mania. That's our hot spot at this hour. We'll head to the 70s this afternoon, likely a little bit cooler, closer to the water, a little bit warmer as you go inland. Most of us will land in the mid-70s today, but could be closer to 80 inland, could be closer to those 60s right on the water. Satellite radar picture is quiet. We're going to see sunshine all day today. So again, a nice sunny day like yesterday, but the biggest change will be the wind. Winds are backing down this morning, so winds will be a lot lighter than what we experienced yesterday. Here's a look at today. 50s this morning, near 70 by lunchtime to the mid-70s this afternoon. Lots of sunshine, and there's those light winds generally east at 5 to 10. I am tracking some showers and storms for the weekend. We'll take a look at that timeline coming up in just a few minutes.
The major delay heading to the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel continues. It is eastbound, and you can see here from this camera, we are backed up beyond 664. The reason is around 5:30 this morning, a Virginia Department of Transportation maintenance vehicle was disabled at the HRBT rather, and as a result, it's been blocking one lane for about 2 hours. And so you might want to head to the Monitor Merrimack instead using 664 South. Now, when you pop over to 664 South, you will encounter some delay from folks diverting, but really from right up around Roanoke Avenue, and that's not bad. I am watching this delay, and if it does worsen, I will certainly let you know so that you know what you're in for when you're heading southbound on 664. But for now, it's definitely a better pick than the HRBT. And the James River Bridge looks good. At the Monitor Merrimack, let's go back here real quick. There's some minor delay on the bridge northbound, and then at the HRBT westbound, so going to the peninsula, also minor delay on the bridge. Jumping to the south side so we can cover our other large connectors. At the Midtown Tunnel, we're really heavy here on the West Norfolk Bridge, and then 164 eastbound, also very dense from really College Drive on in. Not an incident to report there, just very heavy traffic. And then eastbound traveling to the downtown tunnel, we are backed up past Des Moines, and 464 is slowing at South Main. 664 southbound has also been very heavy this morning. Oh, here we go. And it's backed up really from between Portsmouth Boulevard and Bowers Hill, and then also between Military Highway and the base of the high-rise bridge. So all of our hot spots really hot right now. And the only opening we have is not until tonight. High-rise at 11.
All right, Jen, thanks. It's 7:38 this morning. News 3's live team coverage continues with our reporter Angela Bohan. She is taking us to businesses near the Walmart that is reopening today, talking with them about how things have been over the past 5 months and their thoughts on a way forward in the wake of November's mass shooting. 7:38 right now. You're waking up with News 3 this morning.
From the JES First Warning Weather Center, here's meteorologist Miles Henderson.
Off to a beautiful start this morning. Sunshine across the board, looking good from the Virginia Beach oceanfront to downtown Norfolk, Colonial Williamsburg to the Outer Banks. All sunshine first thing this morning. Back to the 70s this afternoon, just a few degrees above normal, but check out the warm up for the end of the week. Into the upper 80s for Thursday and Friday. So much warmer there as we finish the work week. Big cool down for the weekend as a cold front moves through. We'll drop to near 80 on Saturday, near 70 for Sunday, and we'll actually see highs in the 60s for early next week. So a big change in temperatures here as we finish the week and go through the weekend. Satellite and radar picture is quiet. Expect lots of sunshine today, mostly sunny skies. Winds are backing down this morning, so generally an east wind at around 5 to 10. That's a change from yesterday. We'll see mainly clear skies for tonight. Tomorrow, a few extra clouds may drift in, but still nice day for us on Thursday with those southwest winds. It's going to help to boost those temperatures, so we're warming up into the 80s tomorrow. Let's fast forward to our next chance for rain, and that's going to move in with a cold front this weekend. You see some showers, there's a possibility for some storms as well. This is Saturday night, 8 o'clock. See that rain starting to build in from west to east. That should clear out pretty early Sunday morning, and then we'll see the clouds start to break up after that. So Saturday into Sunday is when we're looking at that chance for rain, but not going to be a washout of a weekend. In fact, here's a look at the timeline. Let's start with Saturday. During the day, not much to worry about. Maybe a 30% chance by 6 o'clock, 70% chance by 9 o'clock. So after sunset, that rain chance starts to go up for us Saturday. Some of that will spill into Sunday morning. 6 a.m., we have about a 60% chance, but down to just a 20% chance by noon. So a big chunk of the day on Sunday will be drying out as well. As far as numbers go, expect about a ½ inch of rainfall, so not a huge total, but it's some much needed rain arriving Saturday night to Sunday morning. Some spots may see a little more, some spots a little bit less, but in that ballpark of about a ½ inch of rainfall this weekend. Today, sunny skies, a bit of a cool start again this morning. Most of us are in the 50s. We do have a few spots in the 40s. To the 70s this afternoon, not as windy as yesterday, but lots of sunshine. 80s for Thursday and Friday. Big time warm up to end the work week. This weekend, that cold front will bring us in some showers and storms Saturday night to Sunday morning, and a big cool down behind that front, dropping from 80 on Saturday to 70 on Sunday. High temperatures only in the 60s first thing next week.
Good morning. I wanted to double check the backup at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, and it's Sadly, just a little bit worse. 64 eastbound traffic is heavy now, really between the Coliseum and 664. And this is right around just past Mercury Boulevard. So traffic is very, very heavy for those trying to get to the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. And the reason is because of a disabled VDOT maintenance vehicle. And that happened around 5:30 this morning. And it's still causing major delays for those trying to get to the south side. So the Monitor Merrimack, definitely the way to go, but you will still encounter some delay from the vicinity of Roanoke Avenue. Also, we just had a westbound stoppage at the HRBT. This is the second one of the morning, so because of it, we are slow from between 4th View and 13th View. Now, at the Monitor Merrimack, traveling to the peninsula, you've got minor delay on the bridge there. And we look good at the James River Bridge, with still no late morning opening scheduled there. If that's changed, I'll let you know. We've jumped to Portsmouth because we also have a very heavy commute along 264 eastbound for those trying to get to the downtown tunnel. This is our camera around Fredericks. You can see it's dense there too. And traveling to the Midtown Tunnel, that's been heavy all morning as well. And we haven't had any incidences to report along 164. But 164, most of the morning has been pretty stop and go between College Drive and Terminal. So really all along it. And same thing there along the West Norfolk Bridge. 664 southbound presenting heavy traffic from around Portsmouth Boulevard for the most part. I know this here is the Western Freeway, and you'll encounter some slowdown there, but it's mostly from Portsmouth Boulevard. And then it's slow through Bowers Hill and really dense between Military Highway and George Washington Highway en route to the high-rise bridge. And then 564 westbound, we're just seeing some heavy traffic in the vicinity of the gate. And a reminder about the Churchland Bridge replacement project. We're going to be down to one lane with alternating closures happening too. Those could last up to 20 minutes. And this is happening weekdays between 8 and 5 for at least 2 weeks. And I'll continue to remind you about that.
Well, this morning you are watching a special edition of News 3 This Morning. I am Jessica Larche here live in the Greenbrier community of Chesapeake at the Walmart off Battlefield Boulevard, where in just about an hour, a little over an hour, a ceremony will begin to mark the reopening of this Walmart for the first time in 5 months since the mass shooting that took the lives of 6 people here on a November night just days before Thanksgiving. You'll hear some commotion going on behind me. That's actually, you'll hear mic checks, people speaking, some singing. They're getting ready for that ceremony set to begin at 9 a.m. where they will unveil a memorial dedicated to the 6 people who lost their lives here. As we all remember in this community, a store manager here on a November night last year opened fire on his employees in a break room here, killing 6 of them. And sadly, that workplace mass shooting that we saw here is a part of a disturbing trend all across the country. We're still reeling from what happened here in Chesapeake. We know about the Louisville, Kentucky shooting that happened at the bank just earlier this month. And these are all parts of that growing, disturbing, violent trend that we're seeing across the country. And so I'm going to refer to my notes here to tell you about the research that we're seeing on this information. The nonprofit research center, the Violence Project, saying that workplaces are now the most common sites for mass shootings. In fact, between 1966 and 2021, there were more than 50 shootings at workplaces all across the country. And sadly, as we know here, the shooting at the Virginia Beach Municipal Center that took 12 lives is a part of that number. In fact, during that time period, that 1966 to 2021, more than 30% of mass shootings during that time period were at workplaces. Researchers saying the biggest motivator behind these attacks are employment-related issues like termination. As we know, it was a store manager who police say killed his employees here at the Walmart in Greenbrier. We learned that the gunman purchased the gun he used in that mass shooting here just hours before the attack, and that sparked another debate about gun purchase waiting periods. And so in my special report earlier this year, I took a look at gun purchase waiting periods, as you'll hear them getting ready for that ceremony behind me. In that report, we shared that Virginia does not have a waiting period for gun purchases. Once the background check is cleared, you're able to get the gun. In some instances, that can happen just in a matter of a half hour. So State Delegate Cliff Hayes, who represents this area, this Walmart is within his district, he introduced legislation that would introduce a 3-day waiting period to purchase guns in the state of Virginia. But opponents like the owner of Bob's Gun Shop in downtown Norfolk, they say that would infringe on gun rights in America.
The waiting period thing is something that actually, I believe, could have affected the outcome here.
We deal with, on a daily basis, people that have had stuff happen to them the night before. Their house has been broken into, or, where they're truly in fear for their life, where they've got a situation where they need a firearm. And for somebody to say, hey, you got to wait 3 days to protect yourself, there's another side to that argument.
Now, as we shared here with you on News 3 this morning, that measure for a gun purchase waiting period in Virginia, it failed. It never even made it out of committee. So a range of emotions, debates, topics that have stemmed from the mass shooting that happened nearly 5 months ago to the day here at the Greenbrier Walmart. Our special team coverage of the reopening of this Walmart moves forward this morning. We're also taking a look at what it means for us emotionally to see this Walmart reopen, for the customers who used to come here all the time, for the new associates who are re-entering the building. We've seen many come in today, some embracing each other with hugs, some having smiles, some just tipping their hat as they walk along their way as they enter the building here. We know just a little while ago they got underway with a meeting, a team meeting to start the day. So a lot of emotions unfolding here. We're talking to a psychologist about telltale signs of when it's time to seek therapy and get help when you're trying to process what is undoubtedly the emotional weight of a mass shooting, especially when it's time to return to work. So that is in our continuing coverage here live in Chesapeake.
We're back at 7:53 now. This morning, shops at the Walmart Way crossing are reacting after hearing the news that after renovating the Greenbrier Walmart, the retail giant is ready to open its doors. That happening later today, nearly 5 months after a manager there at the store shot and killed 6 employees. Some aren't quite ready, and others say that they hope it will help everyone with the healing process.
And Aaron, joining you here live from the Walmart in the Greenbrier community of Chesapeake, I can tell you there is a range of emotions as we've seen store employees, store associates make their way in as the doors are set to reopen to the public here at 10 a.m. Some people smiling, embracing each other. Other folks, you can see there's a bit of a heavier weight there. Everyone processing this in their own way. So coming up after 8 a.m. here on News 3 this morning, I'm talking to a local psychologist who specializes in PTSD about telltale signs when it's time for us to get help processing these emotions. As you wake up with a special edition of News 3 this morning, we're back after this.
Good morning, our time 7:57. Thanks so much for waking up with News 3 this morning. I'm Blaine Stewart.
And I'm Erin Miller. In our quick check together, we need to get right to Jen Lewis in first warning traffic because the HRBT has been a disaster all morning. Jen, are we seeing anything get better?
No, not really, sadly. Traffic at the HRBT eastbound has been bad all morning because of a disabled VDOT maintenance vehicle. Happened around 5:30 this morning, and you can see here we're backed up past Mercury Boulevard, and it is a solid backup for those trying to get to the south side. Use the Monitor Merrimack for sure instead, using 664 south. You will find some slowdown from Roanoke Avenue, but that's really no big deal compared to the huge delay at the HRBT. Also westbound seeing some delay at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel just on the bridge itself due to a couple of stoppages. Also, we're heavy 664 southbound from around Portsmouth Boulevard, and that continues to the high-rise bridge. Also heavy east at both the Midtown and Downtown tunnels, about a mile out at the Midtown and about a mile and a half out at the Downtown tunnel, both going into Norfolk there. And the high-rise is not opening until this evening at 11. It's 7:58, and now here's Miles with your forecast.
Thank you, Jen. This morning, lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 50s, so that kind of comfortably cool start to the day. 53 Peninsula, 54 South Side, 56 in North Carolina. We'll head back to the 70s today. Sunny skies and not as windy as yesterday. Those winds are starting to relax this morning, so it'll be a nice break from yesterday. Big time warm up as we end the work week into the mid and upper 80s for Thursday and Friday. I am tracking a chance for some showers and storms Saturday night to Sunday morning.
Now for a quick check of our top stories this morning. State police asking for your help in finding this man. They've issued a senior alert for William Jeffrey Brown. He's 63, last seen yesterday afternoon in the Kingsborough Square area of Chesapeake, which is right around Battlefield. If you've seen him, call 911.
The Newport News Police Department is giving away free gun locks to help with proper gun safety and storage. You can head to police headquarters on Jefferson Avenue from 9 a.m. until noon on weekdays. The initiative will run through June 1st or while supplies last. We have more news ahead after 8 a.m. when you stick with News 3 this morning. We also have continuing live coverage from the reopening of the Walmart in Chesapeake, set to happen this morning at 9 a.m.
Inform, investigate, inspire. This is News 3 this morning.
A storefront has changed, but the pain still lingers from the tragedy in Chesapeake. This morning, our live team coverage of the reopening of the Battlefield Boulevard Walmart, this site of a mass shooting that took 6 lives almost 5 months ago.
News 3 anchor and investigator Jessica Larche leaving the anchor desk to break down what this store reopening means for a community that is still grappling with the loss. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us at 8 o'clock. I'm Erin Miller.
And good morning. I'm Blaine Stewart. Obviously, a lot to get to today. We'll check in with Jessica live in Chesapeake in just a minute. But first, we'll start with meteorologist Miles Henderson and first warning weather. Hi, Miles.
And starting off this morning, a bit on the cool side in the 50s again. Lots of sunshine out there. We're at 54 degrees for Norfolk and Portsmouth, 55 in Hampton and Virginia Beach. A few of our inland spots still in the 40s, but starting to warm up. We're at 49 degrees there for Ahoskie, 55 in Yorktown, 61 our hot spot for Manio. Lots of sunshine today as we climb back into the 70s, a little closer to 80 inland, into the 60s right on the water. Winds will be from the east. That'll keep our coastal areas just a little bit cooler compared to our inland spots. Lots of sunshine today. Nice, beautiful start this morning. Those east winds backing down, and it will be lighter than yesterday. So that's our biggest change between yesterday and today. The winds will be a lot calmer. So here's a look at your day planner. Going from the near 50-degree mark this morning to the mid-70s this afternoon. Lots of sunshine and that lighter east wind. I am tracking some showers and storms for the weekend. We'll take a look at the timeline for Saturday and Sunday coming up in just a few minutes.
Good morning. It's 8:01 with first warning traffic. I wanted to show you what was going on inside the HRBT eastbound. Still only one lane available due to a disabled maintenance vehicle with VDOT, and the backup on the peninsula is something else. We are backed up to around Mercury Boulevard. This is our camera that's eastbound just past Mercury Boulevard, and it's a pretty solid backup, as you can see. So if you're leaving the house and you need to travel to the south side, use the Monitor Merrimack instead, 664 southbound. And this is our camera that's around Roanoke Avenue, so you will encounter some slowdown from that point, and I'm monitoring to see if that backup does get worse, but for now that's where we're sitting as far as 664 south goes. You have some delay on the bridge westbound at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. That's due to a couple of earlier stoppages, but really no big deal. Midtown and Downtown Tunnel, they've presented very heavy this morning as well. Look at this, 164 eastbound. It's been stop and go from College Drive most of the morning. Also heavy there at the West Norfolk Bridge from Frederick Boulevard on 264 east at the downtown, and 464 north from South Main. We're shifting over so I can show you the delay on 664 southbound, really from around Portsmouth Boulevard, even though it looks like on this map, the Western Freeway, and then you're heavy from about the Bowers Hill area all the way to the high-rise bridge on 64 West.
All right, now at 8:03 to our big story of the day. We are marking an important and emotional milestone for our community.
The Chesapeake Walmart, where a store manager shot and killed 6 employees 5 months ago, will reopen today.
And friends, I am here live at the Greenbrier Walmart here in Chesapeake off Battlefield Boulevard. And we have been seeing a steady stream of store employees walk into the building as they prepare to open the doors for customers for the first time in 5 months since a store manager here opened fire on his employees and took 6 lives. Right now, we are just under an hour away at 9 a.m. There will be a ceremony beginning to honor the lives lost, to mark what happened here, and also to unveil a new memorial that will sit here to honor the 6 people who we lost almost 5 months ago to the day. And as we talk about what's happening here, what's moving forward here, we have to pause and say the names of the 6 members of our community that we lost on that November night, just days before Thanksgiving. And we want to show you their faces now. Brian Pendleton, Kelly Pyle, Lorenzo Gamble, Randy Blevins, Tynika Johnson, and Fernando Jesus Chavez Barone. 6 members of our community who were just going to work that night a few nights before Thanksgiving. and never returned home. We know today is filled with several mixed emotions about the store reopening for business here. And it's brought up a lot of emotions as people try to process this. We know for the families of those who lost their loved ones, they're going to be feeling a certain set of emotions. For employees who were in the store who may be returning, who escaped with their lives that night, there's a set of emotions there. Also for people who used to frequent this store. I used to live in this community, and this was my Walmart. And so a lot of people said, you know, this was the Walmart I always went to. I don't know if I can emotionally return there. So because we're processing all of those emotions, I spoke with a local psychologist who specializes in PTSD, and she helped reveal some telltale signs of emotions we may be processing and when it's time to get help.
That anxiety, that heart racing, that shaking a little bit, that second guessing, should I even go to Walmart? Like, those responses are definitely normal. The challenge is when we stay there, right? Where we say, I'm no longer going to any grocery store ever again. I'm no longer going to any movie theater, right? It's never safe for me to be around any other human being because something traumatic may happen.
Now,
and that is Dr. Christy Norwood, who's based in Hampton, and she's saying that is one of the telltale signs of when it's time to seek help. And we know, Blaine, the last 5 months, what's led us to this point, it's unbelievable that it's already been that amount of time that's passed.
Yeah, Jessica, I wanted to take a look back at what got us to this point, this reopening today, and it all started just 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Just 2 days before families were set to celebrate Thanksgiving, late on the night of November 22nd, the first calls for help began to flood 911. A mass shooting at the Walmart off of Battlefield Boulevard. Early the next morning, we learned how dark the night before really was.
I am devastated by the senseless act of violence that took place last night in our city.
6 people, all store employees, killed, several others injured. The shooter, who police identified as a store manager, also dead. November 24th, Thanksgiving. Mourners built a memorial for the victims in the store's parking lot. 6 white crosses, all in a row. The next day, police would reveal clues about their investigation, releasing what they call a death note left on the shooter's phone. Police also said Andre Bing legally bought the 9mm handgun used in the shooting just hours before he opened fire. November 28th, a citywide memorial service to honor the victims. Hundreds held candles, prayed, wept, just trying to make sense of it all. As the emotional healing began, the next day the first legal action came. A $50 million lawsuit filed against Walmart on behalf of Donna Prelu. She says she complained about the shooter's behavior in the months before the incident, but management did not take action. December 5th, Centera Norfolk General reports the last 2 shooting victims being treated there had been released from the hospital. The next day, the next $50 million lawsuit filed on behalf of employee James Kelly, who, according to the suit, witnessed several of his co-workers being brutally murdered. Almost 1 month after the shooting, a third lawsuit.
I don't think that I will ever get those visions out of my head.
Employee Brianna Tyler says she found bullet holes in the jacket she wore that night. Later that month, Walmart argued the lawsuits should be dismissed, saying this was a workers' compensation issue. January 16th, a new year, and the new General Assembly in Richmond. A 3-day waiting period to buy guns is proposed. That bill would be voted down before the end of that month. No action taken. January 30th, more legal action. The estate of shooting victim Randy Blevins files a multi-million-dollar wrongful death lawsuit against Walmart and the estate of the shooter. Walmart would start hiring new staff for the Greenbrier store in February and announced today's reopening date earlier this month.
So nearly 5 months to the day, and now we are seeing that store reopen. As Jessica, you've mentioned, no doubt also reopening a lot of wounds and feelings, and that is okay as we experience this all together.
And as we said all morning, a range of emotions. Some people are, as we've seen, associates returning, excited to see their friends that maybe they have not seen in a while. But also the weight of what happened here is not missed on anyone here, as we have seen over the last several hours that we've been here. And also, as we shared, in just under an hour, you may hear some music, some speakers in the background. They're preparing for that 9 a.m. ceremony where they will reveal the memorial that is set to honor the 6 lives lost here nearly 5 months ago, Blaine.
All right, Jessica, and our team coverage continues throughout the morning here on News 3 and WTKR.com. And we know also, we talked about that remodeling after what happened back in November.
Yeah, we are going to share images from inside of the newly remodeled Walmart for you in just a little bit on WTKR.com. And also be sure to join News 3 anchor Pari Cruz on News 3 at noon for an inside tour of the newly renovated Walmart. All that is happening in just a little bit this afternoon.
Pari, one of only a handful of people allowed in the store early to get you that early access, and the store's asked us to keep that under wraps until it opens at 10. So as soon as 10 o'clock hits, you'll see it first on WTKR.com. Lots more to come here this morning. Before 9, our Penny Commit is in Franklin. Big story with an effort underway to get medical care to people who need it most. That's coming up in minutes here on News 3. Traffic's been a mess all morning. You're looking live at some of the delays, folks trying to get to and from the peninsula. Jen back in minutes with an update on the major problems we're seeing at the HRBT. You're waking up with News 3 this morning.
News 3 this morning. I'm Jessica Larche, live here in the Greenbrier section of Chesapeake at the Walmart here off Battlefield Boulevard that in just under 2 hours will reopen to customers for the first time since the mass shooting last year that took the lives of 6 store employees here. And in just under an hour at 9 a.m., a ceremony will begin just behind me. So you may hear some mic checks going on, some singing going on, because that ceremony will begin to honor the lives lost and unveil a memorial that is outside of the Walmart to honor those victims. And so, Miles, the sun is up. It's a little chilly, but it looks like the weather will at least hold up for us today.
Absolutely. Another decent weather day for today. We're seeing sunny skies first thing this morning, and temperatures will, of course, warm up as we go through the rest of this morning. Big time warm up for the end of the week. We're going to head to the 80s for Thursday and Friday. This weekend, I'm tracking a chance for some showers and storms Saturday night to Sunday morning, so right there in the middle of the weekend. And then to cool again next week. We'll see high temperatures in the 60s early next week. So here's a look at our high temperatures over the next 5 days. Mid 70s today, jumping to the 80s, mid to upper 80s for Thursday and Friday, near 80 on Saturday, dropping to near 70 on Sunday, and then we'll continue that fall into the 60s early next week. The reason for the big cool down this weekend, a cold front that's also going to bring us in that chance for rain. Today we're looking good. We'll see sunshine all day again today. Biggest change will be the wind. Winds have turned to the east and they're backing down this morning, so not as windy as yesterday. That'll be the biggest change, but we'll keep the sunshine and those highs in the 70s. Mainly clear tonight. Tomorrow, a few extra clouds may mix in, but it's still going to be a nice day with more sunshine than anything else. And that big warm up, again, climbing into the 80s Thursday afternoon. Let's talk about that rain chance for the weekend. It's a cold front that'll be moving through later Saturday, so you'll see the clouds start to build in later Friday to Saturday morning, but then here's Saturday night, 8 o'clock. See that line of showers and storms pushing through? That's the cold front moving from west to east. Some showers left over early Sunday morning, and then we'll start to clear out from there. So let's take a look at the timeline. This is Saturday. During the day Saturday, you're good to go. So if you have some work to do, yard work to do, maybe the kids are out playing baseball or something, you're looking good during the day. Saturday night, that's when we'll see that rain chance really build in. After sunset, that's when we could see some scattered showers and storms. For Sunday, if you're up early, you'll likely see some leftover showers, 60% chance around 6 a.m. But by lunchtime, we're down to just a 20% chance. So a lot of clearing as we go through the second half of Sunday. Most of the daytime hours Saturday and Sunday will be okay, just that rain chance right in the middle. As far as numbers, most of us will see about a ½ inch of rainfall between Saturday night and Sunday morning. Some spots may be a little bit more, some spots a little bit less, but in that ballpark of around a ½ inch of rainfall. Today, enjoy the sunshine, Mid-70s this afternoon and not as windy as yesterday. For tomorrow, that climb to the 80s, upper 80s, flirting with 90 degrees for Thursday and Friday. This weekend, we'll see that cooling trend, that chance for rain Saturday night to Sunday morning. Back to sunshine early next week, but much cooler, only in the 60s for Monday and Tuesday.
Well, good morning. At 8:17 with first warning traffic and still lots of trouble at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. And the reason is because around 5:30 this morning, there was a disabled VDOT maintenance truck at the HRBT blocking one lane, and it still is, as you can see. And as a result, we are way backed up. We're backed up past Mercury Boulevard on the peninsula. So if you're seeing this and you need to leave the house, let me show you what's going on at that Monitor Merrimack and 664 southbound. This is your southbound set of lanes, but this is from around 28th Street. We're actually slow from around Roanoke Avenue. So we do have a delay, but it's not a significant delay. It is definitely better than heading over to the HRBT to go to the south side. So just provide yourself a little bit of extra time. Now, overall on the south side, here's what we've got. We do have a crash that's on the bypass northbound for those trying to get onto 64. That's causing some delays, blocking one lane. Also, we still have delays on 164 eastbound, mostly between Cedar and Terminal at this point. Also at the West Norfolk Bridge, eastbound heading to the downtown tunnel. We're slow from around Frederick. Still stop and go on 664 southbound from around Pewsville and heavy west to the high-rise bridge between Military and George Washington.
All right, Jen Lewis, thank you. It's 8:18.
New this morning, it's a problem that many of our rural communities are facing. There are less than 10 physicians per every 10,000 people.
But now a new healthcare option is coming to some folks who need it most. Our Penny Commit is live this morning in Franklin. I know you've been tracking this for a while now, and today is a big day.
Today is a really big day for our rural communities. I mean, take a look. The mobile health caravan officially opened here at SP Morton Elementary School in Franklin, and I'm joined with Amanda Hutchins. You're the lead nurse practitioner on this project. You've been working on it for so long, and you are rurally bred yourself. So how hard is it for people living in these rural communities, our neighbors, our friends, to get access to health care, and how does this help alleviate some of those issues?
So yes, being from an underserved area myself and relocating here to Hampton Roads, Western Tidewater, we are planning to bring increased access to health care for this population who are desperately in need of health care services. There's a lot of a lack of care and a lack of transportation to get patients to where they need to be.
And this is run by you and your fellow nursing students. I know a big idea is to get these students excited about serving in these underserved populations.
Right, so ODU School of Nursing was awarded a grant from HRSA to build this mobile unit and provide clinical opportunities for our students in nursing, as well as our interprofessional collaborative teams such as PT, OT, mental health, human services, speech language pathology. So we hope to collaborate and bring all of those services to the folks here in Franklin and Southampton County.
And what are you hearing from people? Are they excited to not have to drive 3 hours to get to the doctor?
So the community has just opened their arms, both with our community partners and of course the population of Franklin seem very excited that we're here and that we can make that transition to access those healthcare services and also meet them where they are.
And I think that's the big thing, right? It's meeting people where they are, and that's what this mobile clinic is going to do. It's going to meet people here in the rural areas, provide free health care in many instances. So if your kiddo needs anything, again, we're at SP Morton Elementary right here in Franklin. It's the big grand opening today, and then for the next 4 years, this clinic is going to drive all over Franklin and Southampton County, making sure everyone gets the health care they need. It's a really exciting project, and you can find more details on it at WTKR.com. We're live in Franklin. I'm Penny Commit. News 3.
All right, big news this morning, Penny. Thanks so much. Now 8:21, giving more first responders the tools they need to save lives. We'll show you how a program expansion will soon help more trauma patients right here in Hampton Roads. Big story this morning, Tidewater EMS now expanding its whole blood initiative to Chesapeake, all in an effort to try to save more lives. This allows EMTs to administer blood to trauma patients in the field instead of having to wait to get to the hospital. New life-saving strategy started in Virginia Beach, but is now being expanded across the area. By the way, there is a blood drive for this program next month. You can sign up for that right now on WTKR.com. 824 on News 3 This Morning.
Good morning. It is 8:27. You are waking up with News 3 This Morning. I'm Erin Miller.
And good morning. I'm Blaine Stewart. As always, we're glad you're with us here on News 3. We'll get a weather and traffic check for you right now. Jen Lewis with a look at the morning drive.
We've had a lot of heavy traffic this morning, but the heaviest has been at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. We still have one eastbound lane blocked as a result of a disabled VDOT maintenance vehicle, and we are backed up past Mercury Boulevard on the peninsula. So let's take a look over at our alternate. Our best alternate would be 664 southbound the Monterey to Merrimack, and this camera is positioned around 28th Street, so people are certainly diverting to the Monterey to Merrimack, but our backup is to around Roanoke Avenue, and that's simply not as bad as what we have going on at the HRBT eastbound. So if you need to go to the south side, I would certainly recommend heading here instead. And if you want to go all the way over to the James River Bridge, we're looking good there, traveling 17 south if you would prefer. It is 8:28, and now here's Miles with your forecast.
Thank you, Jen. This morning, sunny skies, temperatures in the 50s, 53 on the peninsula, 54 south side, and 56 for North Carolina. This afternoon, we'll head back to the mid-70s, lots of sunshine and not as windy as yesterday. Those winds are starting to relax this morning and will continue to back down as we go through the day. Big time warm up for Thursday and Friday into the mid and upper 80s. Quite a bit warmer there to end the week. For the weekend, I'm tracking a cold front, which will bring us some showers and storms Saturday night to Sunday morning, and then sunshine and much cooler, highs in the 60s early next week.
All right, some of the stories we're tracking for you this morning. A big one in Chesapeake. The Walmart store where a mass shooting claimed the lives of 6 victims is set to reopen within the next 90 minutes. The store leader said the location was completely renovated and features an outdoor memorial space to honor the victims.
One of the men charged in the violence at the oceanfront in March of 2021 has now pleaded guilty. There were 3 shootings that night, killing 2 people and hurting 8 others. Amon Adams pleaded guilty to 2 felony charges and 2 misdemeanors. In exchange, he will face no more than 10 years of jail time. News 3 This Morning continues after 8:30 for another 30 minutes. We will also have continuing live coverage from the reopening of the Walmart in Chesapeake.
Inform, investigate, inspire. This is News 3 This Morning.
Now at 8:30, a place of horrific tragedy, now renovated and almost about time to reopen its doors. Our team coverage continues at the Walmart in Chesapeake this morning.
All right, that Isabella bringing us some real heartbreak for the families of the victims. You'll hear how one mother is remembering her son today.
And News 3 anchor and investigator Jessica Larche getting out into the community this morning, looking further into the impact of mass shootings in the workplace. We have a lot to get to in our last half hour together. Thanks for joining us. I'm Erin Miller.
And good morning. I'm Blaine Stewart. We're going to get to Jessica and our live team coverage in Chesapeake in just a minute here on News 3.
But first, we need to get a quick weather check with meteorologist Miles Henderson, who is standing by with a peek outside. Hi, Miles.
Good morning. Off to a decent start with temperatures mostly in the 50s. And again, we're seeing lots of sunshine first thing this morning. Here's a look at the numbers. We'll start on the south side, 54 for Norfolk and Chesapeake. On the peninsula, 55 for Hampton and Williamsburg. And in North Carolina, already climbing to the 60s, 62 for Manteo, still in the 50s for Edenton and Elizabeth City. Today, we'll climb to the 70s. Most of us mid-70s. I think we'll be a little closer to 80 as you head out towards I-95 and some spots right on the water in the 60s. Wind coming from the east today will keep us cooler right on the coast, but warmer as you go inland. Satellite radar picture, quiet. We'll see sunshine all day today. Those winds have turned to the east and will continue to back down as we go through the day. So it's not going to be as windy as what we saw yesterday. Here's a look at your day planner. Sunny skies, so no rain to worry about. Climbing into the 70s, the low 70s by lunchtime, mid 70s this afternoon, and there's that east wind at 5 to 10. I'm tracking some showers and storms for the weekend. A look at the timeline coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, good morning. At 8:31 with first warning traffic, what was expected to be about a 2-hour endeavor is now about 3 hours. We found out about 5:30 this morning that there was a disabled VDOT maintenance vehicle blocking one lane at the HRBT. Well, one lane is still blocked at the HRBT. And because of it, 64 eastbound traffic backs up on the peninsula past Mercury Boulevard. Coming westbound, you'll find some delays on the bridge itself. Getting to the peninsula is not the problem. It's getting to the south side. So let's talk about the Monitor to Merrimack. And you will find some delay, but it's really between Roanoke and 39th, so not major. I would definitely use the Monitor to Merrimack to get to the south side, and 17 southbound at the James River Bridge is behaving nicely. Now, overall on the south side, a couple of things to talk about. We've got about a 2-mile delay on 264 eastbound getting into Norfolk using the downtown, about a 1 mile heading to the Midtown Tunnel. There is a crash that's clearing on the bypass northbound before you reach 64, and then 664 southbound. We've seen slowdowns from around Pewsville all the way to Bowers Hill. No reports of an incident there, just very heavy traffic. And then also super dense on 64 westbound coming out of Bowers Hill and heading to the high-rise bridge. And then we're just zooming in a little bit closer about that. And then the Churchland Bridge replacement project is underway. Going to be down to one lane with alternating closures that could last up to 20 minutes. Weekdays for about 2 weeks between 8 and 5.
Jen Lewis, thanks. Time now 8:33 as our continuing live team coverage rolls on of the reopening of the Walmart Chesapeake store.
It has been closed nearly 5 months at this point since a store manager opened fire on his employees, killing 6 of them.
And Aaron and Blaine, as I stand out here live at the Greenbrier Chesapeake Walmart, I've got to tell you, we are seeing things pick up here in just under 30 minutes. There's going to be a ceremony that will begin unfolding to honor the 6 lives we lost in our community nearly 5 months ago to the day. And I want to give you a special look as they're making preparations for that ceremony to begin. Our second crew here with News 3 anchor Anthony Sabella, you can see they're giving us a look as they are making preparations. This stage is set up right there at the front of the store between the 2 entrances. We can see members of our military there. We can see the stage, and we do know that we are expecting several more people to come here in less than 30 minutes at 9 a.m. as that ceremony begins. That ceremony set to honor the 6 lives that we lost on that November night nearly 5 months ago. And this morning, as we talk about what's being done here to move forward, the reopening of these doors at 10 a.m. to customers again as business starts, as people start doing business here again, we have to take a moment to pause and honor the lives that we lost.
70-year-old Randy Blevins worked at the Walmart on Sam's Circle for 29 years. He was an overnight stock associate. The company says he never missed a day of work. He leaves behind 3 stepdaughters. Fernando Jesus Chavez Barron was a 16-year-old 11th grade honors student who worked at the Walmart to help his family. 43-year-old Lorenzo Gamble was a 15-year custodian whose greatest joys were football and spending time with his 2 sons. 22-year-old Tynika Johnson was an overnight associate who loved music, dancing, and dreamed of attending college soon. 38-year-old Brian Pendleton was a custodian for 10 years who always arrived early to his shifts and loved to joke with his fellow associates. And 52-year-old Kelly Pyle was an overnight team associate. She leaves behind 2 children, a granddaughter, and a fiancé.
You know, as we pause to remember the lives that we lost here on that November night nearly 5 months ago, we also are thinking about what this day is going to mean for their families of those who lost their loved ones. Anthony, you have some perspective from the mother of Lorenzo Gamble.
Yeah, that's right. So our colleague, anchor Pari Cruz, she was invited into the home of Lorenzo Gamble's mother recently. Ahead of the opening, they sat down. They talked about Lorenzo's life. They also talked about Walmart's response to the mass shooting. We know that Mrs. Gamble, Linda, she invited Pari into her home and showed her all of the pictures she still has up of Lorenzo around the house. She told Pari that she still has not been back to this Walmart, the site where her son was shot and killed 5 months ago. So many people have come by, and dropped off flowers at the memorial and, said words and prayers, and she has not been back. In fact, she says she's not sure she'll ever be able to visit another Walmart.
No, I don't plan to use Walmart anymore. I just can't do it because I think my son should have been alive today. If it wasn't for the situation, if things have, if he was a problem manager, he should have been, and everybody was complaining about him, it should have been taken care of. But it seemed that it wasn't taken care of.
You know, most of the victims, family members and friends that we spoke with at News 3, they said they still were not ready to talk. They were not even ready for this store to reopen. But as we've been saying all morning long, it is set to reopen here in about an hour and a half. Now, Pari did show Mrs. Gamble video that she took of the memorial. Gamble told us she didn't like it, actually, and we do have it right here. I just want to give you a look. It's right next to the front entrance here, kind of like a pavilion set up. There are some benches there, and there's a plaque right in the middle that says, "In memory of those lost." Mrs. Gamble said she kind of had hoped that they would do something different, but this is the memorial that they did put up. Now, behind me here, as you mentioned earlier, Jessica, we have the stage set up here in between the two entrances. You can see some employees exiting the store now. Some more folks are gathering in front of the podium there. So again, just about 20 minutes until this ceremony is underway. But you just heard it from family right there. I mean, a lot of mixed emotions today, especially for those who lost their loved ones on that November day, just a couple of days before Thanksgiving, 5 months ago now. We're live here in Chesapeake. I'm Anthony Sabella. Jessica?
Anthony, you know that this day is going to be filled with mixed emotions for so many of us here in this community. Some people, as we've seen, associates excited to see their friends greeting each other with hugs and smiles, and others just tipping their hats. You can definitely feel the weight of the emotion, that grappling with that different range of emotions as the Walmart is set to reopen to business, to customers here at 10 a.m. this morning. We do know they have made preparations. Earlier this month, we have to show you this. They were making preparations to remodel the inside of the store. Walmart, as you can see there, wanting to make the store look different inside since the mass shooting 5 months ago. And so at 10 a.m., in just over an hour at 10 a.m. on WTKR.com, you will get a special inside look at the Walmart. Listen, maybe you're not emotionally ready to come back to this Walmart if you used to work here, if you used to frequent the store, but you do want to see what it looks like inside. You can see that at WTKR.com at 10 a.m. And also my colleague News 3 anchor Pari Cruz, she will be joining me live here at noon as she gives a special step-by-step tour inside of this Walmart. Pari given that special access to get us an inside look at the Walmart. She will have that on our noon broadcast live here in just a few hours. But again, guys, an emotional day. The sun is up. It is a brand new day, but a day filled with a lot of emotions, thoughts, and weight as we move forward here in our live special coverage of the reopening of the Walmart in Greenbrier.
Jessica, it is a heavy day indeed. We look forward to more of your team coverage ahead after this. In the meantime, we know that there's also big trouble out there on the roads. Not much of a morning rush we're having. Jen Lewis is back in just a few moments with what's happening at the HRBT and our other heavy spots. Stay with us.
From the JES First Warning Weather Center, here's meteorologist Miles Henderson.
Good morning, 8:42. Another nice and sunny start to the day. Look at all the blue skies out there from the ocean front to the Outer Banks, Norfolk to Williamsburg. All looking good this morning. But get ready for a big warm up. So if you're a fan of more summer-like temperatures, you're going to love the end of the week. 70s today, but climbing to the 80s, upper 80s, some of us even flirting with 90 degrees Thursday and Friday. A cool down this weekend as a cold front moves through. We'll drop to 80 on Saturday, near 70 on Sunday, even to the 60s early next week. So if you're not a fan of the warm temperatures, we'll change gears again as we go into next week. So lots of sunshine again today, just like the past couple days. It'll be basically wall-to-wall sunshine. Not as windy today, more of an east wind at say 5 to 10, backing down as we go through this morning. Tonight, mainly clear. Tomorrow, a few extra clouds will drift in, but still a nice day for us. Mostly sunny. There's just extra clouds in the mix for Thursday. Winds will still be light, but obviously much warmer as we climb into the 80s. Rain is set to move in this weekend, but it's not going to be a weekend washout. There's a cold front that'll move through later on Saturday. You see that line of some showers and storms along that front. This is 8 o'clock Saturday night. You see those showers starting to build in. That'll move through overnight Saturday to early Sunday morning. and then we're clearing out from there. So end of Saturday, beginning of Sunday. Let's walk through the timeline. During the day Saturday, not a whole lot to worry about. So you're good to go for your outdoor plans during the day. But Saturday night after sunset, rain chances jump to that 70% chance. Could have a few thunderstorms in the mix too. For Sunday morning early, there's 6 a.m., 60% chance. But by noon, we're down to just a 20% chance. So not a whole lot left over, especially for the second half of the day on Sunday. We'll start to see those clearing skies. So if you have outdoor plans and you can slide them a little bit later on Sunday, you'll probably be good to go. As far as rainfall numbers, about a ½ inch of rainfall between Saturday night and Sunday morning. So not a ton of rain, but some much needed rain arriving for us this weekend. Today, enjoy the sunshine. Mid-70s, not as windy as yesterday, so all good news for today. Warmer for Thursday and Friday, still mostly sunny, but climbing to those upper 80s. Cooling down as we go through the weekend with that rain chance, and then check out early next week. We're back to sunshine, but high temperatures only in the 60s, lows in the 40s to start off next week.
Good morning. It's 8:44 with first warning traffic, and this has been going on pretty much all morning. One lane still blocked eastbound HRBT because of a disabled maintenance vehicle with VDOT, and traffic is solid. It's backed up past Mercury Boulevard on the peninsula, and folks are exiting at 664 to take the 664 southbound set of lanes to the Monitor Merrimack Bridge Tunnel, and you will encounter some delay there, but look, nothing compared to what's going on eastbound at the HRBT. We're backed up to around Roanoke Avenue between Roanoke and 39th, so not a bad backup, but certainly have a little bit of a delay. Let's jump to the south side though, because we have some slowdowns here as well. Like at the Midtown Tunnel, we've seen about a 1.5 mile delay there this morning, and it's really been very busy along 164 and seeing delays from 17 also coming from 664, and then about a 2-mile delay remains 264 eastbound traveling to the downtown tunnel, and 464 northbound. That's getting a little better. Once you pass South Main, traffic does slow down. Now we have some slowdowns here on 664 southbound from around the Western Freeway. I did notice a disabled vehicle southbound, but it's over on the shoulder up around by the Western Freeway, and it's not blocking traffic at all. If you're heading to the high-rise bridge, you will slow down. You come out of Bowers Hill, slow down at Military Highway, and then it picks up as you reach the bridge itself. And then if you're traveling 64 westbound, you're looking okay, heading towards, say, the HRBT, and 264 has really behaved all morning, traveling toward the ocean front or in toward downtown Norfolk. And our only opening for the day is this one, the high-rise bridge, and this is tonight at 11.
Stand by. We are live in Chesapeake as we continue this special edition of News 3 this morning. I'm Jessica Larche, live here at the Walmart in the Greenbrier community, and we are just under about 15 minutes or so away from a ceremony set to kick off here at 9 a.m. to honor the lives lost before this store reopens for the first time in 5 months since the mass shooting that took the lives of 6 members of our community. We want to give you a special look at what's happening just behind me here of several people gathering for that 9 a.m. ceremony. We see several people standing in the crowd. We see many store associates there. You can see with their blue vests on. We also know that some Chesapeake City Council members have started to arrive. You can see the stage there. The podium is set up for that ceremony to begin at 9 this morning. We have been here for several hours this morning as we have seen store associates here at Walmart re-enter the building, and you get a sense that there is on one hand a joy to see each other again, and then on the other sense that weight of we're returning without our friends and coworkers, that weight of what happened here almost 5 months ago to the day. So a mix of emotions here, as is understandable. So many of us still trying to process the loved ones that were lost here at the Greenbrier Walmart. One of the things we have shared with you is about how this all unfolded. We know a store manager here opened fire on 6 employees in a break room, killing his 6 colleagues. And we learned that he retrieved that gun, he purchased that gun hours before the shooting, and that actually reignited the debate about gun purchase waiting periods. Earlier this year, I did a special report about gun purchase waiting periods, and as we shared, in Virginia, there is no gun purchase waiting period. You can essentially go into a gun store, have a background check, and in 30 minutes, you could walk out with a gun. State Delegate Cliff Hayes, who represents this area of Chesapeake, this Walmart falls within his district, he proposed a 3-day waiting period in the General Assembly earlier this year, hoping that that would pass. But opponents, like the owner of Bob's Gun Shop in downtown Norfolk, say that is an infringement on gun rights in the Commonwealth.
The waiting period thing is something that actually, I believe, could have affected the outcome here.
We deal with on a daily basis people that have had stuff happen to them the night before. Their house has been broken into, or where they're truly in fear for their life, where they've got a situation where they need a firearm, and for somebody to say, hey, you got to wait 3 days to protect yourself, there's another side to that argument.
And we have seen many differing opinions about gun purchase waiting periods, but that measure that Delegate Cliff Hayes introduced never made it out of committee, never made it to a vote. So a lot of different views on that as we see the store reopen here, the Walmart in Greenbrier in Chesapeake. We have special continuing coverage throughout the day on air and at WTKR.com. The ceremony set to begin here at 9 a.m. to honor the lives lost before they reopen. You can see that ceremony live on News 3 and streaming at WTKR starting at 9 a.m. And then at 10 a.m. you will see a special inside look of what this Walmart looks like now. That will be at WTKR.com. And we will continue our live broadcast, live team coverage on News 3 at noon.
Jessica Larche live for us in Chesapeake this morning. Still to come on News 3, the city of Hampton gearing up for a shift in leadership. The men now expected to fill Mark Talbot's shoes as he makes his transition as Norfolk's next chief of police. The city of Hampton is preparing to lose its police chief, Mark Talbot, as he goes across the bay to become Norfolk's new chief of police in May. The city has now announced a new interim chief of police. According to the Hampton Communications Office, Deputy Chief Orrin Gallup will fill the position for now. Assistant Chief of Police Kenneth Ferguson will serve as interim deputy chief. Deputy Chief Gallup and Assistant Chief Kenneth Ferguson will be working together to lead the police department forward. This will all go into effect on Chief Talbot's last day, which is this Friday. We'll be right back.
Good morning, 8:57 here on News 3. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Blaine Stewart.
And I'm Erin Miller. And what has been a busy day, we need to get first warning weather and traffic check before we leave you for the last time. We'll start with Jen Lewis, and it has just been a nightmare, Jen.
It has at the HRBT because of a disabled VDOT maintenance vehicle, and we are backed up beyond Mercury Boulevard in Hampton because of it. There's been one lane blocked inside the tunnel, and as you can see, it remains that way for those trying to get to the south side. Really, the HRBT is a no-go. I would head to the Minor to Merrimack instead. 664 southbound seeing some increases as a result of folks diverting, but not too bad. We're backed up to around Roanoke Avenue, and the James River Bridge okay for now. Just got word that we'll have a 3 p.m. opening there. Overall on the south side, still seeing 664 southbound delays, mostly between the Western Freeway and Portsmouth Boulevard. Heavy west to the high-rise bridge and eastbound to both the Midtown and downtown tunnels. And then you can zoom in just a little bit closer and see the Midtown and downtown tunnels being heavy eastbound. And the only other opening we have is for tonight, the high-rise bridge, and that's at 11 p.m. It's 8:58, and now here's Miles with your forecast.
Thank you, Jen. Today we'll see lots of sunshine again. We're temperatures warming up into the 50s already. 56 Peninsula, 57 south side of North Carolina. We'll climb to the 70s this afternoon. A lot like yesterday with sunshine and 70s, but not as windy as yesterday. So that'll be a nice change for us today. If you're a fan of the warmer temperatures, you'll love the end of the week. Headed to the upper 80s for Thursday and Friday. Very warm for this time of year. Tracking a chance for showers and storms Saturday night to Sunday morning.
Next to 9 is Coast Live, and we're taking care of our furry friends. Oh, look at those faces. A new report coming out of the parasite forecast for this year. Advice on how to protect our pets and ourselves.
And play along as April and Chandler face the legal challenge that is case by case. All that's coming up today at 9 o'clock. No doubt a show that is sure to make you smile. I'm
sure you would have found one. Who else? Jason L.